Good morning, everybody. We're going to start with our toe lifts, and I am going to do functional strength training today. 8, 7, 4, 3, heels up, right, then left, right, and left. So today we have a time drop workout. We have 8 exercises. Round 1, we're going to do 60 seconds work, 20 seconds rest. 4, 3, right leg, let's swing it front to back. So round 1 is 60-20, round 2 is going to be 45-15, and round 3 is going to be 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. 4, 3, switching to the other side. So swing it front to back, standing nice and tall. Here's 4, 3, 2, switching to the other side. We're going to take it out and then a little tap in front or out and cross. Good. 4, 3, 2, switching over to the other side, out and in. Good. Lift and cross. So if you can make the cross a little bit bigger, your lift a little bit bigger, go for it. 2, switching sides, heel down, toe up, nice good hip circles. 4, 3, change direction. Good. 4, 3, switching to the other side, heel down, toe up. So find something that's not moving to stare at, change direction. 4, 3, feet hip width apart, slow deadlift, hinge it forwards, stand up tall. Now we're going to squat, sit your hips to your heels, and then stand. So hinge, 2, stand, 2, sit, and stand. Couple more slow. So hinge it forwards, bring it up tall, sit, and stand. One more slow, and then we're going to speed it up. Good. Can we go a little faster? So hinge, lift, sit, stand. So we're practicing, working on the difference between our deadlifts and our squats. Good. Hold it here, lift, march, and march. You can add a little tricep press if you'd like. Good. 4, 3, 2, hamstring curls. We're going to press, and press right to the front. So we're working the back of the legs and a little bit of chest. 4, 3, tap it to the side, reach it up and overhead. Here's 4, 3, 2, good. Forward step and reach. Take it forward, pull it back. Drop the back knee down towards the ground. Front knee is going to stay about over your shoelaces. 2, step it out to the side. Hold it here. Nice good side lunge. Slow it down. 2 to one side, 2 to the other. 2. We're going to add in that shoulder. So take the shoulder towards your knee, switch it over to the other side. So we don't want to turn our bodies. We want to just think we're doing just the shoulder. Press it over. Hold it in the center. Cat-cow. Inhale, exhale. Working on a little bit of pelvic movement, controlling our pelvis position. Good. Last one. Breathe it in. Exhale, roll it all the way back up. Roll the shoulders. Take the legs wide or keep them wide. We're going to walk it out to a nice good plank position. We're going to hold it here. Lift it up. Down dog. Back to plank. Down dog. Back to plank. If you don't want to be on the floor, then I want you to be using a chair. Down dog. Plank. Good. Couple more. Lift, back to center. Last one, lift, back to center. We're going to walk ourselves all the way back up to a standing position. Roll the shoulders, come back to the middle, heel stomps, heel stomps. So this is your option 1, this is your option 2. Full jumps. 8, 7, 4, 3, march it out, shake it out, roll the shoulders, up, back, and down, grab a quick drink of water. All right, so we're gonna start 60 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. We're gonna do a single leg deadlift. It can be a kickstand deadlift. And then we're gonna do a balancing curl to press. So it's gonna be our deadlift and curl to press. So grab a dumbbell you feel comfortable doing an overhead press with. I'm gonna go lighter this round and heavier in the next 2. But we're gonna do all one side, 60 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So your first option, kickstand deadlift, lift, and add in that press. So think about where your leg is for that kickstand. So we're adding in a little bit of a knee, bring it up, nice and tall. Now if you want to make it a little bit harder, we keep that back leg lifted the entire time. So we are doing a minute, but this is also a balance challenge. We can go for a little more strength in rounds 2 and 3. So take your time, slow and steady. We want to have our shoulders over our hips. So when we stand tall, we come nice and tall. Good, we've got 12 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, dumbbells down. We're gonna take it out, side lunge, triple march, or triple jog, and then we'll do the other leg is our third exercise. So we're gonna take it out, step it out, bring it in, 1, 2, 3. Step it out, bring it in, 1, 2, 3. Now you can just step and triple march. Step, triple march. So we don't wanna turn and we don't wanna press our knee out over our toes. Hips, knees, and toes pointing forwards, triple march. Step out, triple march. You can think like you're reaching down to pick something up off of the floor, reach and in. So it's okay if the item you're picking up is higher. Good, triple. If you want to make it harder, deeper side lunge, get those legs up higher. Even if you're marching, good, side lunge, 3, 2, 1. 8 seconds, we're gonna do our deadlift with our curl to press on the other leg. Good job, bring it in. Grab your dumbbell, switching sides, deadlift, curl to press, 2 and 1. So option 1, kickstand. Hinge, as we curl, we lift that knee, we hold it as we press it up over towards the ceiling. So hinge, lift, and press. Remember, you have that option. You see, I'm a little wobbly on this side. If you want to make it a little bit harder, we don't tap that foot down and back. We hinge, bring it up, knee lift, and press. So hinge, bring it up, knee lift, and press. Good, less than 15 seconds. And we're gonna do tap backs with a press up. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, dumbbells down. We're gonna tap it, so tap, tap. Now we're gonna add a press or a punch right up to the ceiling. Your time is on. So if you need to punch it out, you can. But I want you to at least try to punch it at an angle where the wall and the ceiling meet. If you are hinged forwards, I don't want you punching up to the ceiling and arching your back. Reach, reach. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you're gonna hop switch or both arms press at the same time. So if you've got both arms moving, instead of just one at a time, your heart has to work a little bit harder. So it's a way to get that heart rate elevated without having to jump. But we're still bracing our core. So again, we're not here. We're not here. It's just a little hinge right at the hips, neutral spine. 12 seconds. We're gonna go lunges with rotation. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lunge with the rotation. Dumbbell is optional. And forward lunge or reverse. 2 and 1. So we're gonna take it down, rotate, and bring it up. Lunge, rotate, and lift. So we're alternating on this one, slow and steady. Check your body position. Sometimes we step back and rotate. This isn't a lunge, not the kind we're going for. We want to step it back, front knee over the shoelaces, drop the back knee down towards the floor. Your lunge does not have to be super deep, okay? The deeper you go, the closer you get to the floor, and the more you're going to improve your ability to be able to get up and down. And it's not just getting up and down off of the floor. This is also really good if you do a lot of stairs. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Speed side taps. You're going to do 4 fast taps to the side on the right and then 4 fast taps on the left. So we're going to take it 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. So switch. 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. So sink in. So this is going to be a little bit easier, but I want you to think about sitting back into your hips. So 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's a hinge. Out, out, 2, 1. Good. Switch. This is your cardio. We're also getting a lot of legs in here today. You might not feel it as much in the first round. It's always when we start getting into those other rounds that we really start to feel it. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have a down dog to a plank. Optional push-up. Yes, you can do this against a wall. Yes, you can do this on the floor or on an incline with a chair. We're going to take it up, down dog to plank. This is your option 1. Down dog and plank. Option 2, down dog, plank. Option to go to your knees, push up and lift. So down dog to plank or down dog to push up. Just kind of depends how you're feeling today. We're getting shoulders, we're getting core. We're also getting a little bit of mobility and a little bit of flexibility. So hinge and lift. And if you don't want to do the push-ups, just do a bunch of down dog to plank. Remember, we're not bending and tucking our chin for this. Push back, hips up, neutral spine. Option, good push-up. 2 and 1. All right, we're gonna be on our hands and knees. We're gonna do bears with a shoulder tap. You can also just do bird dogs. So your first option is gonna be just bird dog, reach it out and bring it in. Reach it out and bring it in. Focusing on core stability. If you wanna do a weighted march, if you're standing, go for it. If you're feeling it and you wanna go up a little bit harder today, tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the ground. You're gonna start with your bear. So you're gonna hold the knees. You probably can't see very well, but it's just a couple inches off the ground. You can take the legs a little bit wide, and then we're gonna shoulder tap, shoulder tap, shoulder tap, shoulder tap. If you need to take a break, do as many bears as you can, and then switch to your bird dog. So you can mix it up a little bit. especially on this minute, because that's a long time for a lot of people. So you modify. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit it back, roll the shoulders, give yourself a little bit of room, give yourself a little bit of a break, grab a drink. We're gonna move to our 45-15. So this round, if you would like, you can add a little bit more resistance. And that means for the single leg deadlift, heavy dumbbell on one side and then the shoulder weight dumbbell for the other. That way you can work the legs harder, but still keep the shoulders nice and happy. So for this round, and I'm doing uneven, which is optional, but I'm gonna do a heavy weight in my right hand, lighter shoulder weight in my left. We're gonna get ready for those deadlifts, curl to press, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So 45 seconds. So we hinge, we stand, and we get our curl to press. You can still do your kickstand deadlift and come up to your knee. So nice, good hinge, lift, and press it up. Good. Hinge, lift, press. Hinge, curl it up, press it up and overhead. That dumbbell by the side, if you have one, goes straight up and down right next to the side of your leg. We don't want to let it go forward past our toes. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down, side lunge, triple jog, or triple march. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So side lunge, bring it up. 1, 2, 3. Side lunge, bring it up. 1, 2, 3. And I just realized that we were supposed to be doing 20 seconds of rest on our last set, and we weren't. We were doing 10. So kudos to you. Good job. We're supposed to do 20 seconds, but I did not set my timer properly. But that's okay, right? I think a lot of us probably went lightweight for that set, so that's okay. Good, so side lunge, push it off. March your jog. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Because I'm like, this seems like a really long rest time. And then I realized, oops, it's okay, right? So getting ready for the other side. Here's 2 and 1. So I switched my dumbbells. So now my heavy dumbbell is on the opposite side. And I'm going to start with my kickstands. Good. Deadlift, bring it up, knee lift, curl to press. You can see we don't have dedicated core work today. We're doing a lot more functional core work. So we're using our core while we're hinging forwards because we need to pick something up off of the ground. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to try to maintain that balance. Really think about what your core is doing so we don't have to suck it in, but we want to brace. Good. Bring it up, shake it out. We're going to do our tap backs with our press up. So think about your core while you're doing these exercises. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So tap and tap. So a little hinge, not a lot, just a little break at the hips so we can squeeze the glutes. Now, if you want to take it wider, you can. I'm trying to keep it nice and neutral today because we're doing those side taps, so we're good. But if you want to add those punches up towards the ceiling or where the wall and the ceiling meet is a good target. Reach. If you need to keep it low, punch it right to the center. Again, if you want to make it harder, we're going to punch it up, reach for the sky, push something away from you. 8 seconds. We have lunge with a rotation. Here's 2 and 1. All right, lunge with rotation. I'm gonna stick with my light weight, but I'm gonna make it a little bit harder by changing my arm and my dumbbell position. Here's 3, 2, and 1. So your option 1, lunge, dumbbell stays close to you, and you rotate. This is a good one if you're new to exercising, if you haven't worked out for a while, if this is a new type of exercise, but you can also take it up, press it out, rotate, and bring it back in. Up. Now make sure we're not bending our elbows. We're staying nice and tall. Elbows stay in the same position. Shoulders stay up and out. It's the torso that rotates. Good, we've got 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good, dumbbell down. We're gonna do our speed side taps. This time I want you to go back at an angle to the corners. 2 and 1. So back to the corners instead of straight out to the side. So the hard part with this is we don't want to turn our hips, right? So we don't want to do this, and we don't want to go straight back. It's really at a diagonal. We kind of have to think a little. Hips, knees, and toes are still kind of pointing to the front. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. So really think about where you are in your room, and I really want you to try to get your heel to the corner. So not the toe to the corner, heel to the corner. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's 3, 2, and 1. All right, down dog to plank. So it's just plank, down dog, plank, down dog. Option push-up. I'm gonna see if I can demonstrate on here. Here's 2 and 1. So good position. I have my heels up, hinge it back, bring it up, and I'm gonna try to do a push-up. I know it's not a great view, but I'm gonna hinge, I'm gonna lift, push up, and back. Now you're welcome to just do hinge and then hip. So really think about like kids' toys, right? Or if any of you are mechanically inclined, we're hinging, the arm just kind of goes where it needs to based on what my hips are doing. So I'm trying to keep my heels lifted, hips lift up to the ceiling, arms just kind of go with it. A little bit of a push, ears between the shoulders. 2 and 1. All right, bear with a shoulder tap, or just a bear, or just bird dogs. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just nice, good reach, and bring it in. So this is kind of your option 1 for on the floor. So bracing the core, arm goes out, hips go back. This is a great core exercise. So I know some of you probably feel like you're really wobbly. Check your body position and make sure we're not rounded. Shoulders down, belly in, and even if you just lift one arm, then the other, one leg, and then the other. Practice that first. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Grab a quick drink of water. We're gonna go for our 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. So this is the round. I want you to go a little bit heavier. I want you to try to go a little bit faster. Pick something that's gonna be a little bit harder. So for that, I'm gonna go with 2 heavy dumbbells instead of 1 heavy, 1 light. I'm gonna get a little extra shoulder work here. So getting ready, single leg deadlift, balancing, curl to press. 30 seconds in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So it's a nice good hinge. Lift it up, curl to press. And I'm just gonna go right into my single leg deadlift with the foot off the floor. It's only 30 seconds for this round, so keep that in mind. So So really think tall posture, 10 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down. Going for side lunge with a triple march. 3, 2, and 1. Nice and tall. Step it out, bring it in. 1, 2, 3. Side lunge, lift. Try to get those thighs up. So even if you're marching, I want those thighs lifted. This is where we're getting core, bracing, lift. If you can jog it, even if it's low, that is impact, that is building bone density. If you can get it higher, getting best of both worlds, as long as your body's okay with it. Good, bring it in. Single leg deadlift, curl to press, switching over to the other side. Here's 2 and 1, good. So single leg deadlift, bring it in, knee up, curl to press. Hinge it forwards, bring it in, curl to press. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, dumbbells down. We're gonna go for our tap back with our press up. Here's 2 and 1, so tap and tap. If you wanna take it up, hop switch. So this is your higher impact option, press and press. So even if you alternate, or keep it low. Big arms. If they stayed low now before, make them high now. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lunge with a rotation. 2 and 1. So I'm gonna lunge and I'm gonna drop it back this set and bring it up. So I'm gonna lunge, rotate, and drop. This is optional. So I'm gonna reach that dumbbell back like I'm trying to pass it to the person behind me, loading that glute a little bit. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Speed side taps. Side back, switch, side back, or side corner. Here we go. Side, corner, switch, side, corner. Working our brains a little bit today. Exercising isn't just about our bodies. So side, corner. I have to watch this hip. It likes to rotate out quite a bit, so I'm trying not to let it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, down dog with a plank. Optional push-up. If you weren't doing push-ups before, try it now. 2 and 1. Good. So lift it up. Down dog. Bring it in. Plank. Push-up if you can. Down dog. Back to plank. Push-up. Now remember, your push-up can absolutely be on your knees. So bring it in, carefully come to your knees, do your push-up, lift up, down dog, down and push up. 2 and 1. Bring it in, short rest. You can do bear with the shoulder tap, or you can do your bird dogs. It's only 30 seconds. 2, good, time is on. So lift it up, shoulder and shoulder. What I want you to try not to do is lift the hips up and rock. I want you to keep it level. Take the hips a little bit wider, knees a little bit wider. That's gonna help. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it in. Shake it out. If you're on the floor, hang out for a minute. If you're standing, walking around, I'm going to come up and I'm going to put my dumbbells away, give myself a minute, a little recovery, and then we're going to do some stretching. So we got done a couple minutes early, but that's just because of my inability to count and set my timer. So we're supposed to get a little more rest in that first circuit, but it's okay, right? We're going to be down on the floor. If you prefer, find a chair, find a couch. So somewhere that you can sit kind of towards the front edge. So the chair or the couch, you're just going to be sitting towards the front. Hands are going to be by your hips supporting you on the floor or on the seat. And we're just going to go for a nice good side to side. Start leaning back a little, but still nice and tall. And then you can work yourself up to a nice good tall seated position. And we're just working on those hips, and it's okay if they don't get all the way to the floor. Good, 2. And then one more each direction. Good, bring it into the center, sitting tall. Right leg is out. Left leg, we're going to cross the foot over, set it on the floor, sit as tall as you can. We're going to pull that knee towards your opposite shoulder. This one you can do sitting, and your leg can be straight, or you can have it with your foot flat on the floor. You're going to cross your ankle over your thigh. So you're going to look a little bit more like this, and then you can do the pull over. Good, bring it in, switch it over to the other side. Straight leg, foot crosses over, sit as tall as you can. Pull that knee towards your opposite shoulder. Good, in 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Find a comfortable position to sit in. That can be straight legs, it can be butterfly, it can be cross-legged. You choose, but I want you to be able to sit tall, and maybe that means your yoga mat rolled up underneath your hips. We're going to take our right hand onto the floor. We're going to lean in, and we're going to reach left arm up towards the ceiling, keeping your hips glued to the floor so we don't want to lean and fall over. And when we do our lean, we don't want to bring our shoulder up by our ear. So we're trying to stay tall. Think about lengthening the side of your body. Good. Sit up a little bit. Your arm is going to be at an angle, a little bit of a lean. And now I want you to just take that top hand and I want you to reach like you're trying to thread the needle. You're trying to scratch an itch on the back of your hip or on the back of your thigh. Some of you are much more flexible than I am and can probably get a little bit farther. Release, bring it in. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So hand by the hip, shoulder down, hips glued to the floor. Reach it up and think about reaching and lifting towards the ceiling versus trying to go over as far as you can. You can add a little push to open up that space between your hips and your ribs, but I want you to lengthen the side of your body. Good. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, bring it up, come out to a little bit of an angle, and we're going to think about threading the needle. So shoulder rotates towards the other side of your body. Can you reach your arm? Kind of thread the needle a little bit. And again, I'm just grabbing the back of my hip, the back of my thigh. So a little rotation here. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, bring it in. We're going to walk the feet in. So your first option is just to sit comfortably. Reach one hand back for the other, pull the shoulders down, lengthen, and then start to lift. So we don't want to be bent. We want to try to lengthen and then lift. Option 2, hands by your hips. You can have fingers forwards or a little out to the side, shoulders down. We're going to lift up, couple inches off the floor, and then if you can, I want you to try to lift into reverse tabletop. How high your hips go is between you and your shoulders. You might be down here, but again, push the floor away, nice and tall. If this is not for you today, just do that first stretch. So it's absolutely okay if this is not an exercise that you're comfortable with. We always just start somewhere and then we progress. Good. Bring it in. Give yourself a little break. We're just going to shake out the hands a little. Let's circle the wrists. Change direction. We're going to flip it over onto hands and knees. We're going to sit it back into a child's pose. So reach it out, stretching underneath the arms. I'm going to walk my fingers out, and I'm going to bring my hips a little bit more in line with my knees. This is a variation kind of like puppy, but this does arch your back a little bit more. So if that is not for you today, keep your hips closer to your heels, or you can have your arms on the seat of a chair if it's uncomfortable to have them on a floor, or even on yoga blocks, just something to elevate you. Good. Let's go ahead and come up to hands and knees. Sit your hips back towards your heels. We're going to go for our runner's lunge, world's greatest stretch. So hand on the floor or hand on the seat of a chair. One leg stays back, your other leg comes forwards by your hand, or it can go to the side of the chair. And we're just going to focus on a nice good hip stretch, a little inner thigh, a little hamstring. And we're just going to hold this one today. I have my back knee down so that I can focus on the stretch, and so I don't have to focus on holding my body in a plank position. Here's 2. 1, lift it up, step it back, switching over to the other side. Again, carefully drop that back knee towards the floor. This is another one, if you're really tight, your back knee might be closer or moved forwards, and you might need to have your hands elevated on a chair or yoga blocks. So if you're really tight, you just modify in a way that you get that good stretch, but you're able to do it in a way that's comfortable, or at least maybe not super comfortable, but at least pain-free. Good. We're going to come up to standing. So I'm going to lift it up, and I'm actually just going to step my other foot forwards and come up. You come up however is comfortable for you. If you need to come to kneeling and then stand first just to get the blood going where it's supposed to, go for it. Shoulders down, flex your wrists, straight elbows. We're just going to do a little bit of kind of shoulder flossing, but really just shoulder mobility. Good. Change direction. Let's take the arms out to the side, reach the fingers back again, flexed wrists, or extended wrists really. And we're just going to do nice good circles, and then let's change direction. Let's bring those arms down, roll the shoulders down and back once, set them in your shoulder base, set them against your torso, put them in your back pocket, ear to shoulder, side to side. Good. Bring it up. We're going to look to one side and look to the other. Good. Big breath in. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. And exhale. One more time. Big breath in. And out. And you are all done.